Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. This is Algebra 1.4, solve some more. So some more linear equation. Remember always the golden rule. If you make a change to one side of an equation, you must change the other side also in exactly the same way. In doing this, you keep left equals to right. So solve this. So as you can see in this one here, we have brackets. And in algebra, a number beside brackets means multiply. Remember also that your rule of bindas that we learned with integers also applies in algebra. So we're going to first remove those brackets by multiplying. So 4 times x is 4x and 4 3s are 12, that's the left, and 2 times x is 2x plus 2 2s are 4. Okay, so now to solve for our x. We're going to remove or take 12 from the left and make the same change to the right. So taking 12 from both sides, and we're going to take the 2x from the right and make the same change to the left. Okay, and when that is done, this is what our equation looks like. On the left with 4x, take 2x, on the right 4 minus 12. Okay, and sorting that out, we have 2x equals to minus 8. Now dividing by what's beside the x, it's called the coefficient, because we want to get 1x equals, so divide by 2 on the left, divide by 2 on the right, so making the same changes left and right, we get 1x, or just x, equals minus 4. Now, this next question appears to have a fraction. Okay, and let's recall what are fractions. Well, they are divisions. So in this case, if we look at the left-hand side, whatever x plus 3 is, it has been divided by 5. So we're going to start by counteracting that, doing the opposite to divide by 5. We're going to multiply by 5, and you'll see why in a moment. It will simplify things. But I've made a change to the left, multiply by 5, so I must make that same change to the right, multiply by 5. So let's see why I chose to do that. Well, I have a multiply by 5 and a divide by 5, or 5 divided by 5 gives 1, and essentially the denominator and the two levels of the fraction then disappear. And on the next line I have just x plus 3 equals to 25. Something we can do easily. Take 3 from both sides. Okay, and x is 22. Okay, so here we have more fractions in algebra. Again, those numbers under the line, the denominators are dividing. Okay, so we're going to use the opposite to division, which is multiplication, to solve. Okay, so looking at the numbers 6 and 2, I'm looking for a number I can multiply by that both of those divide into. So what I'm looking for is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 2, and that number is 6. So I'm going to multiply everything, so each individual term on the left and each on the right by 6. And this is what it looks like. Okay. All right, and now we can do some division. 6 divided by 6 is 1, so you're just left with 1x. Minus 6 divided by 2 is 3, so you're left with 3x. And on the other side, you just have 6 times. And remember, if you wanted to look for a denominator for the 5, it's 5 over 1. Okay, and now our equation looks far more simple. We have 1x minus 3x equals 30. On the left, we have minus 2x equals 30. Divide by the coefficient of x, whatever's beside it, minus 2. And you'll get your 1x equals to minus 15. Okay. Now, harder again. Okay, but remember, it's still fractions. All right, we're still working with multiplying and dividing, and the same logic applies to this one as the previous one. Okay, so this time we have denominators 3 and 5, and if you wish to include the right hand side, it's 5 over 1. Okay, so the lowest common multiple of 3, 5 and 1 is 15. So we're going to multiply each individual term on the left and right by 15, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so now we'll do some division. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And we don't have to divide on the other side because it's just 1. Okay, now that line there looks very messy, but the next one you see, it looks much better. So you have 5 times the bracket 8x minus 3 minus 3 times the bracket 4x minus 2 equals 75 on the right. So now we're going to multiply. So those brackets will be removed. We get 40x minus 15 from the first multiplication. We get minus 3 by 4x gives minus 12x. And just take care here, minus 3 by minus 2 gives plus 6. Okay, so multiplying the same signs gives a positive, equals 75. And now we can solve. So we're going to add 15 to both sides. Okay, that gets rid of that one. Take 6 from both sides. And then if you do your 40x minus 12x, you're left with 28x equals to, put the numbers together on the right, you'll have 84. Okay, so 28x equals 84. Divide by the 28 both sides, and you get 1x equals 3. All right, so the golden rule applies all the time. Whatever you do to the left, you must do to the right. Now, your turn to do it. Try the quiz and practice your written exercises.